Alright you guys, so today I'm going to show you how to grow Nepenthes from seed. What you're going to need are depending on how many seeds you're going to get, you need the appropriate number of pots. So what I'm doing right now is I'm chopping up some dry sphagnum moss. This is the Mosser Lee brand. It's like $3 or $4 for a big bag like this. It's about the same size as the New Zealand sphagnum moss bale, but the New Zealand stuff is like $20 for like a tiny bale. And this stuff is $3.50 or something. You can get this pretty much everywhere. When you open it up, it's going to give off a ton of dust. I think that will happen with all sphagnum. If you breathe that in, you could get lung problems. Just wear a mask. Right now I'm wearing a mask, so if you hear me breathing or talking weirdly, it's the mask. So here we have our Arrowhead distilled water, and I'm just going to pour some in here through the little handy dandy spout. Just fill it up. That way it gets nice and moist. I think that should be good. Now we're just going to toss it around with our hands. So now we're ready to add it to our pots, and as I said, you want it to be as light and fluffy as possible. So we're just going to put the pot there, so we don't spill and lose too much sphagnum. Alright, so here we have our seeds, and we are going to pot these into a pot that we have set up. And I am storing all of my pots in this terrarium, which I will go over a bit later after we finish potting up all the seeds. So here we are going to start with Nepenthes ventricosa. We have already labeled a stick that we will use to identify the seeds. We can just stick that right there. First we are going to open the seeds of Nepenthes ventricosa. They're in a little envelope. Let's just have to get that open. And there are a crap ton in there. So, oh gosh, okay. That's a lot. So now I am a bit discouraged because I don't know how I'm going to pot all of those up. I guess what we're going to do is start potting them up, because that's all we can do. Okay, don't sneeze. That's too much. Okay, here's that many. You can see right there, which won't focus. Okay, just don't focus, whatever. And then you're going to spread them around in the pot. Just kind of like sprinkle them everywhere. You don't want them getting in a big pile, so you want to spread them pretty much evenly. And they're sticking inside my fingernails, that's wonderful. Alright, now we have a light. We're just gonna pinch these. Okay, usually you shouldn't have this many seeds. So just gonna find a place where there aren't many seeds, like right in that area. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkly winkly, tinkly winkly, tinkly winkly. So once you have your seeds set where you want them, you're going to take your squirt bottle, like this one right here, and you are just going to mist the top, that way they stick to the medium and they don't get knocked off. And this will help them stick down to where they will get water and they'll stay moist. So now we're going to sow some ventricosa by Aphipiata. There shouldn't be as many of these as there were ventricosa, but it looks like there's, oh gosh, there's a lot. Well, there still are quite a few, just not as many as the ventricosa. So I might split this well, probably do it in one pot. Or I might want to split it between two. So we're going to start putting the seeds into the pot. Now we're going to open Ventricosa by Elvada by Ventricosa by Elvada, not Self. So here we have some Ventricosa by Maxima by Italiensis. So let's get started with these. This is a one-potter. So here's what Nepenthes seeds look like. On the left you can see the seeds themselves, and on the right you can see the pods that they come out of. There's usually like 25 to 50 roughly in each pod, and a flower stalk, as you've seen in my flower pollination tutorial. This flower stalks can have a ton of flowers on them, and if they all produce pods, you're gonna get a crap load of seeds. that right there is about 5 pots of Nepenthes seeds, so we're going to split them between, no, I said 5 pots, I meant 5 pods. 5 pots, no, there are 5 pods, but I'm going to split them between 2 pots. Pod and pot sounds exactly the same in British English. So here we have Bastiana by Fusta. So here's the terrarium with the pots of seeds that we put together. It has about 2 inches of water in the bottom so the pots don't dry out, and it will always keep it humid in there. And it has a 110 watt power compact 50/50 light up there on top, about 24 inches above the seeds. And it is 50/50, 10,000K daylight, and blue actinics. So this tank was like for a reef tank, but I took that down, and that's how I got into this hobby. And yeah, now there's seeds in it. So Nepenthes need high humidity, like 80 to 90% range, to help them, you know, keep on all the moisture and germinate better, whatever, yeah, stuff. And so that's why I have the water in there, and that's why you need to mist probably daily. So they also need, I'm not really sure about the light or anything. I'm just using whatever I have lying around, and it seems to work. But it would probably be best if you're going out to buy lights, buy some lights that are probably like 4,000 to 6,000 Kelvin. There we go. So the temperature at which you need to germinate your seeds really depends on what species it is. Lowland seeds will probably need lots of heat to germinate, like Bicalcarata might need like 90 Fahrenheit days, 70s at night. Just the typical for the mother plant. But for Highlanders, you might want to boost the night temps up a little bit to like 60s at night. You don't want them to get too cold at night, because then they probably won't germinate as fast. Yeah, I keep my Attenborough seeds in the 70s in the day in there, and it's room temperature at night, so probably in the 60s somewhere. It's right by the window, so it might get a bit colder. This terrarium produces a lot of heat with the light because it's in a hood, and if you just touch that, it's like too hot to touch almost. So what these are being kept at is about 78 degrees during the day, 78 to 80, and they're going to be room temperature at night, so probably in the 60s somewhere. So you're probably wondering where to get Nepenthes seeds. Do not buy from eBay. A lot of the seeds are collected illegally, and especially don't buy from the things that are like 50 seeds mix and match or whatever, because you can get a pod for about $3 on eBay that contains about 50 seeds. But with the mix and match, you pay like $10 for a bunch of seeds. They're really old. And not to mention, the seeds that you buy from the pods on eBay are old. I bought from Albemarle Sounds, which actually has a few accounts, which is kind of sketchy. And he sent 4 of the 5 species that I ordered and paid for. Nevertheless, I planted them, and 6 months later, nothing happened. So they were really old, even though he said he harvested them soon. Or not soon, but early, or like close to the time I ordered them. I seriously doubt that he was truthing. I think he was lying. The opposite of truthing. So, I just wouldn't order from eBay, just my experience, and a lot of the stuff is illegally collected, so you're taking stuff from the wild, you're supporting environmental destruction of doom and stuff. Yay! So when Nepenthes seeds start to sprout, they'll look like that, and they'll grow a little growth tip, and start to grow pitchers on a new leaf, and soon they'll get to a stage where they're making bigger pitchers like that one. These are my Nepenthes Attenborough seeds, and I'll have an update on them coming out sooner. Later, yeah.